In this video, we are going to draw the angle spacer in AutoCAD. So the first thing we want to do is set our units. We can see at the top it says all dimensions are in inches. And so we're going to go, I'm going to exit out of this drawing. And when you see this screen right here, I'm going to click Start Drawing. And up here, you can see our drawing 3 has, it created a new drawing called Drawing 3. And so you can also click this plus sign to add another drawing here, which we don't need. So I'm going to exit that out. But up here are going to be the tabs of all of your drawings. All right, so we are going to first format our units. In order to do that, just start typing in units. Okay. And that first one right here says units. You can click on that or hit enter. And this drawing units will pop up. We want to make sure where it says insertion scale, we want it to say inches. For our type, we want it to be decimal. There's different types of units that you can set, but you'll just use your problem to determine this. So if I open up the example, you can see that the units, it's decimal because it's 0.25. And for our precision, let's do 0.00 there. So we're going to do 0.00, and it has an example down here. So if I do type architectural, you can see that it's 1/2 inch instead of 0.00. or 0.25, which is what we need. So we're going to do decimal and click OK. All right, and now I'm going to save my drawing. You want to continuously save your drawing throughout your assignments in case AutoCAD crashes for some reason. So I'm going to go up here and click the save icon and then save it to wherever you'd like. You're going to save this as your first initial. So my name's Jennifer, so it'll be J. Then your last name. My last name is Bergman. And then underscore in the name of the assignment. So this assignment is angle spacer. And the file type is going to be .dwg. In AutoCAD, the files are saved as DWGs. So that's important to know as well. An AutoCAD drawing is saved as a .dwg file extension. Then you're going to hit save. All right. And then I'm going to use my mouse. When you're using CAD, you always want to use a mouse. It's really hard not to use a mouse when drawing in CAD software. So I'm going to just click the center of my, my wheel. Just click your wheel on your mouse and drag, and it'll actually allow you to pan. Okay, so you just click and drag when you want to pan in AutoCAD. There's also this feature available over here. If you don't have a mouse, you can click this pan over here and just click and drag that way as well. I'm going to hit escape to exit out of that. All right, so I formatted my units and I am ready to start drawing. So pulling up the example again, I'm going to set this point right here as 0, imagine it a graph. So Y is in the vertical direction and X is in the horizontal direction. Okay. And I'm picking this spot as 0 right here, just so that I can, just because everything seems to be measured from this spot here. So to me, it's a nice place to put 0 as my starting point. And I'm going to draw this first line right here from this 3-inch line. All right, so I'm going to go up here and click line. And then it says specify first point. So when you draw a line, you're going to specify the first point and the end point, or the second point. So my first point is going to be 0, 0. Okay, that means I'm putting the first point at the origin, so enter. Okay, you can see it's at the origin. The next one I want this line to be 3 inches long. So type in 3. And then because you want it to be a straight horizontal line, I'm going to type in 3 and then tab on my keyboard and then type in 0 for 0 degrees. Okay. So I'm going to go back, I'm going to hit tab again. So it goes to 3 and you can see that it was a straight line. And I'll explain this next. So I'm going to hit enter. All right. And then you can keep drawing. So I'm actually going to draw my next point really quick while I'm open, then I'll explain the angles. So my next line is going to be up by 1.5. So this is going to be 1.5 tab 90. And so it's going to be a length of 1.5 and an angle of 90 degrees, and hit enter. Okay. Then I'm going to hit escape. So really quickly, I'm going to remove these grid lines. This is up to you. I'm going to take them away. So in the status bar down here, I'm going to hit the display grid so you can't see them. However, okay, so now it's gone so you can easily see the lines here. So let me explain the angles. If you're going in the horizontal direction to the right, that is 0 degrees. If you want to go up, that's 90 degrees. If you want to go left, that's 180 degrees. And if you want to go down, that's 270 degrees. Okay, so you just keep adding 90. This is 0 plus 90 is 90 degrees. This is going to be 180 because 90 plus 90 is 180, and down is 270 degrees, which is why for this 3-inch line, I put 3 tab 0 degrees because I wanted to go this direction. And then when I had to specify the second point of this line, I did 1.5 tab 90 degrees because I wanted to go in a straight upward direction. All right, so we have that drawn. And now we're going to go and start drawing this area right here. Okay, so in order to do that, we're going to start the first point at 0, 0, draw a line up by 0.25, to the right by 0.75, up by 0.5, to the left by 0.75, and then up, we want to draw that by, I'm gonna have to do some math here. So 1.25 minus 0.5 minus 0.25, which is 0.5. Okay, so this is going to be 0.5 here. So let's do that. All right, I'm going to pull up and move this over here so I can see the dimensions real quick. So I'm going to click line. The first point is going to be 0, 0, enter. And then I want to draw a line straight up. Using what we just talked about, this is going to be the distance, so 0.25 tab, and I want to go in a straight direction up, and so that's going to be 90 degrees. Enter. All right, so we have that. It's important to note too, if yours is not zoomed in, you can go over here and click zoom extents, and it will zoom into what you have. So if you draw something and you can't see it, it's because you're really zoomed out. You're like a bird looking at a rock and you can't see it. So you need to zoom in so that you can actually see your drawing, or you're too zoomed in and can't see the whole picture. All right. And then this is going to be 0 degrees with a distance of 0.75. Another way we can do this, or the more efficient way, sorry if you can hear my dog in the background, he's grunting. However, okay, so a quicker way, instead of typing in 0, 90, 180 degrees all the time, we can use orthographic mode. So in the status bar down here, you can click this ortho mode, or F8 on your computer. Okay, it looks like a perpendicular, right angle sign. Okay, and it will constrain all of your movements to the horizontal or vertical. Okay, so 0 degrees, 90 degrees, 180, and 270. So we're going to type in 0.75 here, enter. And then, oh, we already did that one, didn't we? Okay, I'm going to hit escape. And, oh, I guess not. Okay, I'm going to delete that just in case. So I'm going to hit line again. And I'm going to, right here is the endpoint where you see that green box that's indicating there is an endpoint of a line. So I'm going to click there where the green box is so it connects to that other line, 0.25 inch line we just drew. So click, move to the right, 0.75, enter, awesome. Move your mouse in the upward direction and type in 0.5, enter, move to the left, and that's going to be 0.75 again, enter, and then move up by 0.5, enter. Awesome. So we have this part now, and now we want to draw, let's see here, this portion here. So we don't have an angle from here to here for this line, but we have information where we can draw a line going up here and then to the left by 0.75 and connect the endpoint of this line and this line here, and then draw one. So let's see, in the upward direction, that's just going to be 2 minus 1.5. So we're going to go up by 0.5, to the left by 0.75, and then connect this point to this point and delete these two lines. We can delete lines. We can use them as reference lines, then delete them. So I'm going to take this line tool and hover over this until I see the endpoint. Okay, I'm going to click there, go up by, what was it again? Go up by 0.5. Okay, so up by 0.5, enter. To the left by 0.75, enter. Okay, and then I'm going to hit escape to end the line command, right? So if I click, I can see there's a line here. I'm going to hit escape to deselect. I'm going to go back and click line, and I'm going to, wherever I see this green box pop up, I'm going to click there. And then I'm in ortho mode. So if I click on the endpoint, it will override the ortho mode. So I'm going to click where it says endpoint. Okay. And then I'm going to go to the left by 1, enter. Okay. And then I'm going to again connect that point to this over here. So where it says endpoint, it will override the ortho mode, or you can go down here in your status bar and turn ortho mode off. So you can move freely and then click on this endpoint here and escape. Then the last step is I'm just going to click on these two lines, and you can either go in here and click erase under the modify panel. If you hover over the erase, it will show you that's the command. So I can click that and it will erase them, or I'm going to do Control Z to undo that command. So that's just Control Z on your keyboard is undo, or you can go up here and click undo as well. Or I'm going to click these two lines and just click delete on my keyboard. And the last step is to add this circle. So the way we were just adding in the lines was a different way. There's different ways according to the chapter that you can actually add points. And so we were using the direct distance technique according to the book, but this time, or we're using polar coordinates, I'm sorry. Polar coordinates is where you type in a distance and an angle. So remember we were typing in 3 and then 0 degrees. So we're using the polar method. This time we are going to use the Cartesian or rectangular coordinates method, which you actually type in an X and Y, okay? So in this example, we made this 0, 0. And so if I want to use the polar method, I could just draw a line that was 2 inches long, which is because 3 minus 2, and then up by 1 and delete those lines and draw the circle at the end point of that line. Or I could just know this is 0, 0 and type in the X and Y for the center point of this circle. So if the horizontal axis is our X, if this is 0, 0, that means that we need to go to the right by 2 inches and we need to go up by 1 inch right here. So X will be 2 and Y will be 1, which is 2 comma Y. 2 comma 1, okay? So, and then it has a diameter. This symbol right here means diameter, okay? If there's an R, that means radius, which is half of this number, half of your diameter. Okay, so anyways, diameter of 1. So 2 comma 1 is the center point and the diameter is 1. So we're gonna go in the circle here, click the drop down, the arrow, circle arrow, and I'm gonna do center diameter circle. It says specify center point. Our center point again is gonna be 2 comma 1, because we wanna go to the right 2 and up 1. And it says specify diameter of the circle, and you're gonna type in 1, enter. And then you have this circle here. Another way I could have done is drawn a line starting from 0, 0 here, going to the right by, let's see, 2, enter, and then going up by 1, and it already is set to 90 degrees. Okay, so that's why I'm not typing in 90, but I would go up by 1. Okay, and then I could have just drawn a circle at, well, if I drawn a circle, I could do the circle again and draw it at this center point with 1, enter. Okay, and then gone through and just deleted these two, escape, that short line, and deleted those lines. Now I have 2 circles here, so I'm just going to delete one of them, but those are the 2 ways you could draw the circles. So by using distance and angle, that's called polar coordinates, and using X and Y, that's the Cartesian coordinates or rectangular coordinates method. Same thing, different name. And that is all for this problem.